Hello yogis, welcome to Yogis for Yogis. Today is a full vinyasa grounding flow here on this beautiful snowy Tuesday. So today's class is going to be a little longer and a little bit more challenging. There will be modifications if you need, so stick with us, have fun, and do as much as you can. To start, find a nice place for your body to sit, wiggle your sit bones down into the floor. You can have your feet and your knees however you'd like them. I prefer this half lotus. It helps me sit up a little bit straighter. But however you'd like to sit, close your eyes, ground down through your bum, wiggle your spine up nice and straight, roll your shoulders back and down away from your ears, and start to breathe. And as you breathe in space and breathe out any stress or anxiety or tightness that you find. We'll stay here breathing for about 2 minutes. So grounding down through that lowest chakra and moving your way up through your torso, filling your chest cavity and your belly button and your shoulders and your spine with space and light and ease. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And as you continue to breathe, feel all of your muscles relaxing. Feel your jaw relax, and your forehead, and your eyes, and your eyebrows. Feel your chest expanding, feel your ribs opening. Feel your shoulders relaxing. Feel your hands relaxing. Feel your hips release. Ease the tension in your thighs and in your knees. And starting with your lowest chakra, the one that's right at the bottom of your torso, right inside your hips, at the lowest point. Imagine that there are little roots that grow out from this lowest chakra, growing down into the ground, finding their way to the center of the earth and connecting with the energy of the earth, and all of that energy comes right back up into your own beautiful being, right through that lowest grounding chakra. This energy from that grounding chakra works its way up through the rest of your chakras into your body, filling you with energy and light and peace and relaxation. And this is what we're going to be working on today. So as you send your roots down into the earth, feel that energy coming up in the opposite direction. Let's take a few more deep breaths here. These last few can be really big and really deep. Let's take 2 more. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale. Your head floats above your shoulders. Exhale. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in, growing through the crown of your head as you do so. Exhale your chin onto your chest, stretch through the back of your neck. Pull the shoulders actively away, down from your ears. Breathe some space into the back of your neck here. One more breath in. Exhale your head back up to center. Inhale to straighten and elongate here in the middle. Exhale very gently, tip your nose up to the ceiling. Being careful not to go too far in the back here. Just a little stretch through the front of your neck. Again, Dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Taking a few breaths here. Being gentle with the back of your neck. One more breath in. Exhale slowly back to center. Give your shoulders a wiggle. Inhale up nice and tall. Exhale right ear to right shoulder. As always, being gentle. As you breathe, relax the shoulders. Maybe drop the left hand to the mat, and if you'd like, pick your right hand up and place it gently on top of your head. Breathe relaxation into your body. You'll feel the stretch open through the left side of your neck. One more breath. Exhale, release your right hand. Inhale back to center, growing nice and tall. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Again, being gentle. And if this is as far as you'd like to go, just leaning your head over to the left side, that's fine. Option 2, drop that right hand to the floor. Option 3, add the left hand gently on top of the head. Remember to breathe. Remember to smile. Nice. One more inhale. Exhale the left hand down. The head comes up. We're going to inhale both arms out wide and up tall, stretching through one side and then the other. Continuing to breathe your nice deep breaths that start in your core and work all the way up to your fingertips. Open the fingertips, and we're going to stretch forward and all the way forward fold. Palms come to the ground. Forehead drifts towards the floor. Take a few breaths here. Stretch through the back body. Again, rooting down through that lowest chakra. Maybe push your bum into the mat with your hands so you're engaging with the palms, pressing through the low back body. Inhale, expand the ribs. One more breath here. Exhale, let's roll up to sitting. Switch legs, so whichever leg is in front or on top, put the other one there. Root down. Inhale the arms out wide and up top, and stretch, reach towards the ceiling, and forward fold, reaching forward before coming down to the ground. Again, pressing the palms through the hands, send the sit bones back to the mat, open through the back body, open through the ribs as you breathe. Release down towards the floor, your forehead and your nose down towards the ground. One more breath here. If you want, you can walk your fingertips out away from your body. Stretch through the shoulders. Let's roll up to sitting. Give your shoulders a wiggle. All right. Placing the right hand down by your hip, we're going to lift up through the left. So your palm is facing to the right side this way. First, we're going to stretch up. Inhale, stretch tall. Exhale, tip and lean. So your palm is facing the floor, but you're extending that left arm out. And keep your left hip pinned. If you notice that you're coming up, send that hip, those sit bones back to the mat. Root down through that left bum, and then reach with that left arm. If this is not enough of a stretch for you, you can bend that right elbow, come down more, keeping your armpit open towards the sky. Breathe and stretch through that side body. Beautiful. One more breath here. Really reach and open through the torso. Exhale, we'll bring that left hand all the way down to the mat. Same on the other side. Inhale, reach with the right. Center yourself here. Get nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale to stretch. Start your stretch out slowly. And if, as you get here, you'd like to increase it, bend that left elbow behind you. Reach with the right fingertips as far that way as you can. And keep your face and your armpit open towards the sky. So trying to not be here looking down at the mat, but opening up to the side. Open through the rib cage. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more breath. Exhale the right hand all the way down. Take both your hands, clasp them behind you. You can interlace your fingers and then pull your hands out away from you. I'll turn sideways so you can see. So we're interlacing the fingers. You're going to pull your hands out behind you, kind of rolling your shoulders back a little bit farther, and we're going to forward fold. Your pinkies will come up towards the ceiling. If this is uncomfortable, you can keep your hands down by your bum or challenge yourself and bring your arms up towards the sky. One more breath here. Exhale, come back up to sitting. Unlock your fingers, give your arms a shake, give your fingers a wiggle, roll out through the shoulders, roll out through your neck, being gentle. All right, coming on to hands and knees, we'll come into our cat-cow. Wrists under shoulders, fingers spread out wide, knees under hips, tops of your toes on the mat. Inhale, pull your belly button down, your nose comes up. Exhale, spine comes up, pulling your belly button up through your spine, looking down at your knees. And we will go up and down for about 10 reps. Finding your breath here. Breathing as fully as you can. Getting as much motion in your spine as possible. If it helps, close your eyes and really focus in on opening your shoulders, opening your hips, and releasing your spine so it can flow naturally. Let's do 2 more. Paying attention to where your belly button is, where your spine is, where your shoulders are. Last one. This last one is going to be a little longer, so pause here with your belly down and your nose up and see if you can go any farther. Before exhaling, pulling your belly button through your spine up towards the ceiling. Tuck your hips under, tuck your nose under. Come back to a neutral spine. Give yourself a wiggle. We are going to go into tiger. There's a few modifications here. The first is lift your right leg, and I'm going to go forward. Lift your right leg parallel to the floor and flex your foot like you're trying to kick something behind you, keeping your hips both square to the ground. This is option 1. You're going to stay here and breathe. Option 2 is to lift your left hand off the floor and extend it outward with your palm facing the ground. Breathing here for 3 deep breaths. Lifting up your core, keeping everything elevated and floating. Last breath in. Exhale your hand and your knee back to the ground. Other side. Start with floating your left leg, flexing that foot, kicking that heel out. checking that your hips are square to the floor. And either stay here as we breathe or extend that right hand out, palm to the ground. Lift and breathe. Looking straight at the ground, keep your neck nice and long. And if you feel your arms and legs start to drift toward the floor, use your breath to pick them back up. One more breath here. Exhale your knee and your hand back to the ground. And again, we're going to lift the right leg, but this time keep your knee bent and your foot flexed. And we're going to pick our noses up as we lift our heels towards the ceiling. Exhale, tuck your nose under towards your knee, under your belly. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. We'll do 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale up. Really stretch and reach. Exhale. Really tuck and lift your spine. And you can replace that right knee on the floor. Other side. Grounding down through your right knee in your hands. Lift the left up as your nose comes up. Exhale to tuck. 4 more. Remember to breathe as you lift. Exhale to tuck. Last one, make it nice and big. Replace your knee on the ground, push your bum back over your heels. Child's pose. Your arms can walk away from your body. Your forehead can come to the floor. Give yourself a little wiggle through the hips. Roll your palms up to the ceiling and stretch through the backs of your arms. Take a few breaths here in child's pose. Pushing down through your palms, send your bum even more over your heels towards your toes, wiggle through the hips, and we are going to come up into downward facing dog. So curl your toes under, push your hips up and back, and get your heels down towards the floor. Bicycle out your legs, stretch through the knees. If you press into your palms and send your heels towards the ground, you'll notice that your hips go up and back, and your torso goes more towards your thighs. This is what we're aiming for. If you are not there yet, that is fine. Just get as far and as comfortable as you can. And when you're in your down dog, take a deep breath, pick up your right hand and send it back towards your left ankle to do a cross stretch. As you'll see, I can't reach my ankle. That's totally fine. Just reach for it and you'll feel it down through your left hamstring. Replace your right hand, ground down before you pick up your left and send it towards your right ankle. If you can reach your calf, that's great, or just leave your hand there, suspended, reaching towards your ankle. One more breath. Beautiful. We're going to walk our feet towards our hands until you're at the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale when you get there, so straighten the spine. Your fingers will come off the ground. Crown of your head goes away from your hips, lengthen through the spine before you exhale, forward fold. Slight bend in the knees. We're going to roll up to standing. Your arms can dangle, your head can dangle. Coming up. Your head and your nose are the last pieces to come up. Roll through the shoulders when you get here. All right. We are going to go into our Surya Namaskara, our vinyasa flow. If at any point you need to take a rest in down dog or child's pose, please feel free, and then join us when you're ready. All right. So we'll start with one round of our regular Surya Namaskara A before we throw in some challenge poses. All right. Coming to the top of your mat, palms pressed together, thumbs at heart center. Take a moment to align your body, so tucking your tailbone under, rising through your low spine, dropping the shoulders, lifting your chin. I find it helpful to close my eyes and really feel my body open through the toes, as if you were suspended from a string right from the top of your head. Find some space here in your body. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Here we go. We are going to shoot the hands up towards the sky. Stretch tall. Exhale, swan dive down. Halfway lift. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Palms come to the floor. The right leg goes back into a nice long stretch. Look forward, lift your chest. Press that right heel down towards the floor. Palms come to the ground. Left leg comes back into a plank. Lower through chaturanga. Keep your elbows in at your sides. Lift up dog. Come only as far as feels good for you right now. Tuck your toes under. Downward facing dog. Your right knee comes into your chest. Step forward between your hands. Again, look forward, lift your chest, lunge, stretch through that left hip. Step forward to the top of your mat with your left. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Come up to standing, bring your arms with you out wide. Up tall, palms come together. Palms come down to your heart center. Take a breath in between. Other side. Inhale, shoot your hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive down. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Step back with your left foot, nice and long. Look forward and stretch. Palms come to the floor. Right leg comes back to a nice long plank. Come down, chaturanga, dandasana. Upward dog, lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left knee comes into your chest. Step forward. Look forward and lunge. Step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Arms come out wide and up top. Slight back bend if you'd like to. Bring your palms back to heart center. Take a breath. Realign your spine if you need to. Open through the chest. Find a smile. One more breath here. Here we go again. Hands come up towards the ceiling. Swan dive. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold. Right leg comes back, nice long lunge. Look forward. This time, drop your right knee, keep your toes curled under, and lift your arms. And you can either place your palms on your right thigh, or palms come up overhead. Lean into those hips, open your hips towards the ground. Look forward, open your heart center. If you'd like a little extra challenge, you can open your palms so that they're just shoulder distance apart and lean back as if you were looking at the moon. Let's come forward. Palms go back around that left foot. Press up onto your right foot. We're going to step back, plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Lift into your up dog. Gently look over your right shoulder at your heels. Bring your feet together. Great neck stretch. Other side, look gently over your left shoulder. Beautiful. Come back to center. Curl your toes under, downward facing dog. Right knee comes into your chest, step forward between the hands. Drop your left knee. Lift the chest up. Again, either hands on your thigh for stability or lift your palms up and sink your hips down. As always, if you need to wiggle to rearrange yourself so that you're nice and square, feel free to do so. Sink through the hips and either stay here or open your palms and look up towards the ceiling. Breathing in. Grounding down through your feet and your knees and lifting through your chest and your hands. Let's exhale the palms back to the floor. Press up and step forward, top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to come up to standing, arms come out wide, and palms come together. Backward bend if you like. Palms come together at heart center. And this time you can open your palms to your sides and give your whole body a shake. We're going to keep going. So, realigning your spine, tucking your tailbone under, lifting through your chest, lifting through your chin, dropping through the shoulders, finding softness and space, grounding down through your feet, and lifting through your crown. On your next inhale, we'll rise the hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive down. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg goes back. Nice long lunge. From here, bring your hands up overhead. Arms are about shoulder distance apart. And grounding down through that front foot, pressing back with that left heel. Beautiful. Lifting your belly button up into your spine, find stability in your core as you sink down lower to this pose. We're going to hold this for 3 breaths. Dropping your shoulders away from your ears. Lifting through the hands, lifting through the core. Open through your heart. Last breath. Exhale your hands down around your feet. Press back into your plank. And a slow descent through chaturanga, keeping your elbows in at your sides. Lift through your up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. All right, let's bring that left knee into the chest, step between the hands. Find your balance. Lift the chest and the arms coming up. Palms are facing each other. Send that right heel back away from you. Sink down. Warrior one. 2 more deep breaths here. Lifting through the belly button, lifting through the chest. Exhale your hands forward. Step forward, top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Rise all the way up to standing, arms come out wide. Palms together, slight back bend if you'd like. Bring your palms to heart center. And again, open your palms down towards your hips. Give your full body a wiggle. We've got 2 more to go. So collect yourself, bring your palms back to heart center. Open the toes, ground yourself again down through your feet. Tuck your tailbone under. Lift through your torso. Find softness in your face. If it helps to smile, feel free to do so. Take 1 more breath here. On your next inhale, hands up towards the ceiling. Swan dive down. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot comes back. Lunge, send your chest and your heart center up so you're looking forward into that first lunge that we did. And your left foot goes back to meet your right in a plank. Take your left hand and place it right under your face. And we are going to tip over to the right and lift your right hand up towards the ceiling. If this is a little difficult, you can drop that left knee to the floor and still get the full effect if you'd like to challenge yourself. Woo. Keep both of your legs straight. Send your gaze up towards the ceiling and breathe. One more breath here. Really reach. Exhale. Right hand comes down. You can spin your toes back, and we are going to drop down through our chaturanga, lifting up, up dog. This time, come back into a child's pose. Send your bum over your heels, forehead to the floor. Take about 3 deep breaths here. As always, if you'd like to wiggle back and forth, give your quads a little massage. That feels really great. Coming up when you're ready, and we're going to come right back into that plank pose. So keep your legs nice and long. This time the right hand goes under the face. Tip over and open onto your left side. Your left arm comes up toward the ceiling. Again, if you need to, drop that right knee to the floor, or keep both legs nice and long. 3 deep breaths. Lifting through the core. Exhale, that left hand back towards the mat. Push back into a downward facing dog. Take a stretch here. Excellent. Before walking your feet about halfway up your mat into a sort of truncated downward facing dog, and keeping your fingers right where they were, lean back, send your hips back, and you'll feel that stretch through your hamstrings. You can keep your head sort of dropped here between your hands and between your elbows. Nice. Wonderful. From here, let's roll up to standing. Roll through the shoulders. And we are going to do one of our challenge poses. So we're going to ground down through the left foot, spread your toes, really feel the 4 corners of your foot, and send your right foot just a little bit in front of you. Lift the arms up towards the ceiling. And from here, we are going to swing through into our warrior 3 pose, or as some people call it, tabletop. So as you tip your torso down, there's the bureau, bring your right foot up behind you and look straight down at the ground. So everything is trying to be on a one big plane. Your hands, palms are facing each other. are forward over your head, looking down at the floor, ground down through that supporting leg. Breathe and lift up. One more breath. Exhale, bring everything down slowly. Wiggle out through those hips. We'll do the other side. So ground down through the right. Lift that left leg a little bit in front of you. Find your growth. Find your balance. Lift the arms up overhead and gently tilt forward, swing through. Find a spot on the ground to stare at so you can gather your concentration. And extend. One more breath. Exhale. Bring everything back together. Give yourself a wiggle. Nice job. Okay. Roll through the shoulders. Roll through the ankles. We've got a few more things to do before we come back down to the ground. So sending your feet just wider than your mat and turning your toes outward. We're going to bring our palms to heart center. Find your grounding, find your peace, and squat down. You may find that you need to move your feet out a little bit farther. And when you're here, we are going to try to keep everything here in a nice line. So if you notice that you're tipped forward, gently pick your chest up and sit down like you're riding a very fat pony. And you can either keep your palms here pressed at heart center or open them as if you were holding 2 glasses of water. This is our goddess pose. If your toes are gripping the mat, gently lift them up and replace them. Your thighs may be burning, that's fine. Breathe into that burn. Keep your chest lifted. One more breath. Smile. Exhale, we're gonna stand up and forward fold. Oh, wonderful. Palms come to the ground. Wiggle out through the hips. All right. And let's send our hands over towards our right foot and stretch down that right leg so your nose is saying hello to your right knee. Deep breath in. Let's cross over to the left. Same thing. Say hello to your left knee. All right, coming back to center. If you bend your right knee and keep your left heel where it is, we're going to stretch through that left leg. And you can either stay here with your palms or your fingertips on the ground, or bring your palms together in what I call our ninja warrior pose. So you'll feel that stretch all through your hamstring, finding your balance here, or keeping your palms on the floor. Lift through the chest. If you need more stretch, you can flex your foot. You'll feel it. Nice. One more breath here. Exhale, we're going to go to the other side. So coming over to the left, find your balance. Extend that right foot, flex the right foot. And again, if you want to keep your palms on the ground, that's wonderful. Challenge yourselves and bring your palms up to heart center. One more breath. Beautiful. Exhale, gently sit down. Send your feet out long in front of you and give your legs a little bit of a wiggle. We're just going to do a few more stretches before we're done. All right, so sitting up nice and straight, flex your feet, point your toes, flex and point, flex and point. Bring your toes up towards the ceiling and we'll do 5 circles in each direction. So here's 3, 4, 5, other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, flex Flex your feet, ground down through your sit bones, bring your arms up tall, and we're gonna forward fold, just coming as far as you can today. You can place your palms on the ground, and when you're in your most forward folded position, breathe, straighten your spine, lift through the chest. As opposed to being sort of scrunched over and hunched, we're gonna lift the heart center, bringing that spine nice and long, and then if you can, forward fold a little more. So it's more that you're folding at the hips as opposed to trying to bring your nose down towards your shins. If you can grab the bottoms of your feet and use that as leverage to pull you down even farther. Breathing through the stretch here. Lovely. Exhale. Open your legs out as wide as you can. And gently walk your hands forward, still keeping that chest lifted. And if you need an extra stretch, you can flex your feet up towards the ceiling and lean your whole spine forward so it's staying nice and straight, but you're sort of rolling through your hips. And you'll notice the difference. If you hunch your back, you'll feel that stretch disappear, but as soon as you straighten, you'll feel it right on your inner thighs. All right, we're going to do some side stretches. So placing your right palm face up by your right ankle, we're going to take the left arm, swoop it up and over, nice big C curve with your arms. And like we did before, keeping your face and your armpit open towards the ceiling. So if your elbow is kind of over your face, bring it back and up. Nice. Open through that left side body. And if your neck feels uncomfortable, you can turn and look at your right knee if that is less of a strain than keeping it sideways. On your next inhale, we're going to come all the way up like the rising sun and set on the left side. So your left hand is down by your left ankle, your right arm is swooped up and curved over. Bring that right elbow up and back. Open through the right side. And again, find a comfortable position for your head that might be looking down at the knee, it might be looking sideways, or it might be looking up. One more breath. Inhale, we're going to lift up, fingers towards the ceiling, both of them. Stretch up tall and drop one hand to each foot and lean forward. If you can not reach your feet, you can reach your shins and do the same thing. If you want to challenge yourself, reach for your toes and bend forward. And this time you can sort of drop your nose down towards the floor. See how far you can get your chest down towards the ground. Take a deep breath and let's come back up to sitting. We are going to lie all the way down on our backs. Bring your knees into your chest. Give your knees a squeeze. And rock gently side to side, rolling through the backs of your hips. Give your tailbone a little bit of a massage. Oh, wonderful. You can put your feet down on the ground, keeping your knees bent. Arms are going to go out wide, running into the wall here. Let's cross our right leg over our left, and then tip your knees over to the left side. And send your gaze out towards your right hand. And release, relax through those hips. Feel this stretch in your spine. Relax your shoulders down to the floor. We are winding down our practice for the day, so any little part of your body that you can release and let go, now is the time to do it. rib cage expand. Feel your hips and your knees releasing. And let's come up, bring your knees up, feet back on the ground. Realign your spine if you need to. Cross your right knee over your left and tip over towards the right side. Your gaze comes out over your left fingertips. Close your eyes. Release your hips. Breathe deeply and relax. Let's come back up to center and take any last stretch that you need. This might be sending your feet up towards the ceiling and pulling on the backs of your shins. It might be a happy baby where you grab onto the bottoms of your feet and bring your knees in towards your armpits and gently rock side to side, rolling through your low spine. Give yourself a little bit of a massage there. Beautiful. And whenever you're finished doing whatever stretches your body is telling you that it needs, send your feet back to the ground. Lengthen out through the legs, heels on the floor. Let your feet just open up towards the ceiling. Palms face up, your hands down by your hips. Relax through the shoulders. Lengthen through the spine and close your eyes in our final pose, Shavasana. And you can stay here for as long as you need. Breathing gently. And as we drift into the ground, starting again with your root chakra, your lowest chakra, feel those roots that have extended into the earth. Feel the energy of the core of the earth coming up through your body. Feel the energy spreading out through your torso and into your fingertips and down into your feet. And breathe. And stay here as long as you need. I will see you next week. Thank you for joining me in my practice here today. Namaste.